The city of Vincennes has been working on a multi-million-dollar project since June, but now the city isn't getting the funding they were hoping for.
News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan is live in Vincennes. He explains how the city hopes to fix this shortfall.
The city of Vincennes was hoping to use $1 million in grant funding to help pay for the Main Street project. However, recently those funds were denied. Vincennes has been hard at work for the last 4 months on the Main Street project. The city had hoped a $1 million community crossing grant would help to fund Main Street. That grant was denied.
Phone call from another colleague and said, "Hey, I didn't see Vincennes on the list. What's going on?" And I thought he was pulling my leg.
The news came as a surprise for city engineer John Sprague.
I jumped in the truck, rushed back to the office and looked at the list, and sure enough, Vincennes wasn't on there. So immediately told the mayor, and I said, "I'm making phone calls trying to figure out what's going on."
NDOT officials told Sprague the issue came down to funding. Over $230 million was requested statewide. Only $100 million was available.
You know, it's the way it goes. It's bound to happen to, folks eventually, that there's going to be too much money, not enough to go around, and it was Vincennes' turn not to get funded this year.
Vincennes had planned on using the funds retroactively to fund the project, meaning the funds were already spent.
The project's already funded, it's already bonded. We were just hoping to recoup a lot of that cash, either to fund other projects or to pay down the bond quicker or things like that.
Phase 1 of the Main Street project is still on track to wrap up in summer of 2019.
We're disappointed, but it's not a deal breaker for the project. The project's still moving, it's still funded, we're moving forward.
Knox County and the city of Bicknell were among those who received grants. Live in Vincennes, Gary Bryan, News 10.